Welcome to a special bonus episode of Super Sunday. Today we're not going to be playing a game, but we're going to be ranking the last 10 that we played. We just finished up episode 10, and so now we're going to look back at the past 10 that we've played, rank those, and then from here on, every time that we play 5 or 10 games, then we'll take our previous top 5 and see where the new games that we played fit into those. So we'll constantly have kind of our 5 favorite Super Nintendo games.
Like a running tier list, basically.
Yeah, basically. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So we've played 10 episodes. We've already made it here. That's crazy.
Yeah, and we still have 760 to go, or however many games are left. I mean, I know there's a lot more. I know what's coming because I've played a lot, like NBA Jam's coming, a lot of other stuff. But I have to say we may have played the worst game so far, which is fucking Chessmaster. I don't know. I'm gonna say that's like bottom rank for me, like very last for me.
I would agree on that. It's not a poorly made game. It's just the sound design doesn't really match the game at all.
The creepy old man face.
Yeah, and it works well. It's got the interface is fine. It's just I don't really see what it has over playing real chess.
I'm convinced it was a DOS port. I haven't looked this up, but I'm pretty sure it was like a DOS game that they ported and were like, it could be on this.
I guess the advantage is playing against a smart computer.
Sure.
But if you're... I just don't like chess that much.
There were better chess games out at that point, too.
Yeah. So
on PC, yeah.
Chessmaster's probably going to be my bottom as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Number 9, though. I can't think of... It's weird, because I was going to put Draken there, but I started thinking, and I actually think Draken's better.
Just for how interesting it is.
It's fucking cool, dude. Yeah. But, so, number 9 is definitely not that. I may actually put SimCity at number 9.
Yeah, I would agree with that. So, I think SimCity was really well made. I think they had some interesting Nintendo-specific stuff in there.
Yeah. Like the Bowser and all that.
If you like SimCity, that's a great way to play it. Yeah. I just really don't like city building, and so that's really what it's above Chessmaster because of how well it's made and how
barely above Chessmaster.
But for me, it's not the type of game that I want to play. So
I can agree with that. Like for me, it's just if I'm playing a game and like I know it's going to be like kind of a city building game. I haven't really played that many except for RTSs, so I'm used to building the city up and then destroying other people's cities afterwards. Yeah. So it's kind of a weird thing for me to just sit there and be like, all right, I'm building a city, and then it doesn't even look like an actual city after a while.
And it's tough for me to not have like a goal. It's just like, hey, here you go do whatever you like. But I have a hard time with those games. I'm not that my mind is not creative like that to just go and make something from nothing, and so it's just not my style.
That Bowser though, man,
it's cool that Bowser's in there. I would have been cool to see him wreck shop in that big city.
Yeah.
He just wouldn't show up.
I think he did, but he just didn't do much. He was just like, I'm gonna walk
he showed
into
up
the water.
Recording.
Oh yeah, you're right.
So it was
we didn't even get to show it. I forgot. Hidden clip. Yeah.
Like as soon as we pushed stop on the recording, he showed up and just started tearing through the city.
He's an asshole.
Oh man.
I think right in there, like what were we at? 876? I think I'm gonna put all the shooting games. I'm not gonna lie. I think I'm gonna put.
Okay.
It doesn't even matter the order, but like Gradius, R-Type, as well as no, sorry, it doesn't matter the order. Hyperzone, I'm gonna say is 6 because it is better than the other two. Like I see like what they're trying to do. I think it's very cool. I think like the mode 7, which I keep saying it's mode 5, and I'm wrong. So I'm thinking about Factor 5 in my head. Factor 5. They're not anything anymore.
Okay.
But I think that game is innovative. It was innovative back then because it was a launch title, and it's like, hey, look at all this fucking shit flying at you. They have like the fire snake and all that stuff. But Gradius and the other one are literally made to just eat your quarters. Like they were created with the sole idea of that, and they just said, okay, now we're gonna put on Super Nintendo. And they just walked away.
So I think for me, number 8 would probably be Super R-Type. For exactly the reason that you're stating. It's not that I'm not the biggest fan of shooters like that, but at the same time, I can appreciate them, and that I just didn't enjoy that one very much at all. There's not very many power-ups. The one-hit deaths, that's normal, but it just no checkpoints. It's extremely hard, and for somebody who's really into that genre, I can imagine that being a lot of fun. But for me, that just wasn't very fun.
Yeah.
So at number 7, I'm actually going to put Final Fight. It was a really fun game. The performance issues were like you could only have a few enemies on screen and no 2-player. The biggest draw of Final Fight, like what I was so excited about with that
possible
was to have co-op.
Yeah.
And that's like I would consider that to be a crucial feature. If that had co-op in it, it probably would have made my top 5. No co-op, that's a deal breaker for me.
It's up in my top 5, obviously, because I already said my 6, 7, and 8, and there's a reason why it's up there, and we'll discuss it later. Yeah. But I understand like the co-op being missing and all that. Yeah. But I guess it was one of the games I played when I was little. Like I used to play it, and we used to take turns like playing as Hagar.
And I don't have that.
I guess nostalgia's in my head. I'm like, fuck, I can't escape it.
That was my first time playing Final Fight or any game in the Final Fight series.
Yeah.
I don't have any attachment to the characters from other games they've been in. So. Yeah, people may pile on me for that one. But,
no, not many people have played Final Fight as far as I know. Like, there's like 3, I want to say, and then the characters honestly went and joined Street Fighter, Marvel vs. Capcom, like all the other Capcom games, because no one wanted fucking Final Fight after a while. And for not necessarily that reason, because it's a beat 'em up. Beat 'em ups are boring after a while unless you like are fucking 3D, you know. So
like the bouncer.
Like the bouncer. Yeah, that was a great game.
Number one. For my number 6, I would put F-Zero. Again, unpopular opinion. It's not just because it's just. Again, I didn't play it as a kid, and playing it as an adult, it's got the soundtrack is amazing. I love the soundtrack. It's just not a very pleasant game to look at or for me to play. I'm not into racing games. I'm into a lot of different types of games, and unfortunately, like a lot of the ones that we've started out with in the first 10 are just the genres that I'm not into. The hardcore shooters, racing,
simulation,
and simulation games.
Yeah.
So. But yeah, F-Zero is my number 6. So now we're in the top 5.
Yep, and number 5 for me is fucking Final Fight. Like there's a certain history to it, I guess, and I know that like Cody as well as Hagar actually went on to do more stuff. It was kind of a weird game from Capcom because they'd made all kinds of stuff. Like they were working on different things. They made Mega Man before, all that crazy shit on the Nintendo system. They walked in the Super Nintendo and went Final Fight, and that was like their first release on it, as far as I know. So I mean, that's what they kicked it off with. They're like, hey, this looks kind of cool. You can do like fucking. There's a lot of innovation too, because it was the first of those kind of games where you can like grab people, do like big suplexes off of stuff. Like
that was pretty cool.
And like you fought wrestlers, you fought a guy with like double swords. It was just a crazy game. And sure, there was other games that did it better, like TMNT, but that came out a bit later, and like some other games like that. But this is the game that like basically said you don't have to be just punching all the time. Like River City Ransom, I think, was one on Nintendo, and it was just like just punch people and get their fucking money out of them. So this game was like, hey, you can actually fucking make it into basically like a semi-fighting game and keep moving forward with it, which is kind of why their first Street Fighter game failed. But later on, it did. They came back with Super Street Fighter, etc., etc. But that's why I was number 5, man. It's fucking it's ridiculous. It's so good. It's so good.
For my number 5, I think I would put Hyperzone. It was I had a lot of fun playing it for the first time. Really cool graphics. It was great to look at. Sound was fine. I don't see myself playing it again. The difficulty curve, it spiked really high.
Ridiculous.
And it was still fun, but at the same time, I don't want to put myself through playing the first couple of levels over and over again, just to keep getting further. It was fun. I liked it. I just don't see myself playing it again. So
fair enough.
Number 4, what are you thinking?
Why don't you go first?
Okay.
I'll probably surprise you.
Let's see. So for number 4, I would probably put Pilot Wings.
Mm-hmm.
That was... I didn't really know what to expect with that one. I played the N64 game, and I had some good memories of that, but again, I had never really put that back in my N64 after a couple of years after it came out. Just because it's not really the type of game that I play a lot. But playing this one was cool. It was fun. It's really difficult. I think it made one of our... I think it made for a great video.
Yeah.
I don't see myself...
like sitting down and chilling with it.
Oh man, I really need to play some Pilot Wings.
Yeah.
So that I think that would be my number 4.
Okay, mine is actually the same. So it didn't surprise you there, but my number 3 is actually Super Mario World.
Oh, wow, okay.
We played a lot of games, and like Super Mario World was actually the first game I had on Super Nintendo. Like when I got it, I think everyone, that was like their first or second game they got.
Yeah.
And I do remember like doing all the fucking secrets, going through Donut Land, etc., and this time taking nostalgia glasses off, just looking at it, I'm like, this game's really good, but I've played it a lot now. Like, I've played it so many times now that I'm like, I'm not bored of it, but it's still like, it's going to be the same experience no matter what, and it's a consistent experience, it's a good fucking experience. Mm-hmm. There's a reason why it's regarded as one of the best Mario games ever, but for some reason, like in my head, I'm still like, I like 3 better to begin with, because 3 was fucking amazing, but after playing the last 2 on my list, I was like, you know what? I guess these 2 are something that I would go back to and actually mess around with. So yeah.
My number 3 would have to actually be Gradius 3, and I was surprised at how high this ended up on my list because I'm not really into shooters like that. But a week or 2 after we played that game, I found myself kind of thinking like I should go back and play that. I think the system for being able to customize what your power-ups are, as well as deciding what your upgrade is going to be when because you can fill that up and then say, okay, I want to use my upgrade power now. That adds a lot of strategy to it, and it was a difficult game, but it felt a lot more fair to me, and with the amount of things that you can do and different ways you can come at it and tackle it, you can try it again and say, okay, well this time I'm actually going to get these missiles and drop those on the guys who are killing me below.
Exactly,
or I want to go for super speed. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I could see myself playing that again someday and maybe actually finally beating the first level, but I'd put that as my number 3.
Not bad, yeah. My number 2 is Draken. And there was a reason.
Shit, I forgot.
No. The reason is, it was just so fucking ridiculous. Like, it was one of the weirdest games I played, and the reason I put it so high is because on the SNES, there was a lot of games that you play, and a lot of them, like, RPG-wise, there was, like, Mario RPG, of course, later on. There was Final Fantasy VI. I'm not going to say 5, because I don't think 5 was actually on SNES, was it?
It was...
It wasn't technically on
but
there.
Not
so we won't be playing that one.
We might do it as like a bonus episode or something like that.
For like 5 minutes. No, I'm kidding. But, I mean, like, 6, Mario RPG, Chrono Trigger, of course, like all these great RPGs on there. This is one of the first on the system, and it did a lot of shit that we never saw again. Maybe for good reason, but it was like... It did also feel like a DOS port, so I'm betting there's a PC version somewhere.
There are a lot of versions.
Yeah, I was going to say. So, but... The cover didn't make any sense. It's like a big ass dragon throwing like lightning bolts at the fucking like tombstone to write the shit. And then from there, it evolved into a game where you control 4 different people, and then you like walk around. You have to switch roles and whatever. It almost feels like, this is gonna sound really stupid, like it was the idea that Dragon Age ran with later, like years, fucking 20 years later, and said, okay, you have this party. They can each do individual actions, and then during battle, they may have like an automatic role, but you can say, okay, actually slow it down, let me switch what these guys are doing now. Let me put invisibility on everybody, or let me like make this guy attack, or make this guy prioritize defense. And that's like 1991, some dude already thought of it and put it out and said, here's this game. And then 20 years later, we're getting those games back and people are losing their fucking minds over it. Yeah. But these guys did it. 1991, they said, here's Draken, and no one played the shit. Except for one guy, maybe two guys I know actually now. So, it's kind of surprising to find that this early on, like, launched, not even launched up, but like weeks afterwards. It was like, hey, this RPG that no one plays. Oh well.
So I forgot about Draken. I would put that just in front of Hyperzone, because I could see myself going back to play Draken. Maybe. I don't know about that. But at the very least, it was interesting. A lot of funny stuff happened. Mm-hmm. And I feel like if we knew what we were doing a little bit more, we could have some more fun with it. Mm-hmm. Trying to just get started on a game like that takes a lot of time, and that's why I usually avoid those. But once we kind of got rolling with it, we started to do some interesting things, and it got interesting. We found a fun
panther head, which is funny.
Oh man, that
notorious ass panther.
It was so bizarre.
It was awesome.
But so yeah, I put that just in front of Hyperzone. I'll reorder that on the
sure.
But yeah, my number one, Super Mario World. I play that game a lot, like you said, but it's one that I keep playing for a reason. Yeah. Because it's so damn good. Mm-hmm. I don't know if I like it more than Super Mario Brothers 3 or not. They're both so good. That's really hard. That's a really hard.
Tough one.
That's like picking between my children as a favorite, you know?
Oh no, I can do that.
I don't have children yet, but I imagine that's what that would be.
The one that plays video games is my favorite.
But just time and time again, I can keep coming back to that. The animation stands up today. The graphics are so colorful and pleasant to look at. The music is great. The gameplay is great. The controls are tight. I usually, when I play it, every once in a while, I'll do that quick route to the end. But every once in a while, I'll just go all the way through the game. And a lot of the levels, I really forget the layout on. And so it's like playing it new all over again. Just like, oh, what the hell? Yeah, I love that game. That's going to probably be my number one for a long time coming.
There you go.
But we'll see what happens.
There
could be something.
There's some crazy shit coming, like DKC, which is going to be my number one.
Oh man!
Spoiler alert!
The further in we get, the more our top fives are going to be just oh well, that's expected. Nothing's gonna take anything out of here for a while, but.
But my top was F-Zero, and it's mostly just because, like, playing it again, I did not, like, there was things I learned now, and like I said, when I first played it, I was a kid, I, like, fucked around. I remember, like, a certain level, we, like, do a big jump, and I was like, this is the best fucking level, this is the best fucking level, and, I played it again, and like I don't think we ever hit that level again, but we did play like some different ones. I didn't remember the night course or anything like that. I don't remember the power strip. There was so much stuff in that game, like the fucking random cars that blow you up and you can kill, and it's something that, again, it's one of those things where nostalgia does play a factor there, but just playing it again felt really good. It was very fast. It felt like I was actually making progress in the race versus some of the like kind of realistic drivers where like you hit the fucking curb and that's it, you're done. You just go fuck yourself. Even like Cruising USA, you hit the corner, you just lost. Like that's the end of the game unless you have like turbo boost ready. But like F-Zero made it a futuristic racing game with all kinds of good ideas. Like it had like the power strip, it had like the bumpers, it had the extra racers in there that don't matter, but they are there. So you're actually trying to beat the other like three good guys, but they're also like the fodder in the back basically. And it was just it was fun, and the music was amazing, and it was just a blast to play it again. Like it definitely has my number one, has my heart right now. I wanted to play it after we did it, and I was like, I'm not gonna do it because I'll just ruin it for myself. But it was definitely fun, and it was quick. It was like 20 minutes to beat the game once, and we were like, yeah, all right, we did it. And it was a fun game.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, well, I guess that's our tier list. Wherever we're going to put it on this video, I'm going to look around like an idiot, try to find it, but it's going to be around here somewhere. Oh, no! And I guess we'll do this again maybe in 5, maybe
another 5 or 10 episodes.
Maybe 10, yeah.
Just to keep
figure it
up to date list.
Yeah, but next week we'll be back with whatever game we're playing next. See you guys then. Hope you enjoyed.